Are you ready? We're about to do a SuperSets back workout with dumbbells, starting with an easy rotation in the upper body. So you can anchor the feet to the floor, and then just take a nice rotation. Try to keep the crown of your head right over the tailbone as you rotate. So the workout today, we'll be working with 2 separate exercises repeated, and the supersets just means we go back and forth between those 2 same exercises before moving on to the next set of exercises. We've done this kind of thing before. You'll find that familiar. This is going to be an excellent workout. Okay, now switching to the arms swinging across the body. So getting a little bit more movement here. Trying to keep the shoulders relaxed, and at the same time, keeping the hips still strong and firm, and lifting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Good. Taking the wrists a little bit higher, moving across, rotation. And now even trying to keep the head a little bit still. So chest is rotating right to left, and those arms up, forward, and down. One more on each side. And then holding here, taking your hands behind your head. We're going to take one elbow reaching down towards the floor and then back up to the ceiling. So lengthening through the side of the body. Nice big stretch. Inhale up again, trying to keep the hips really fixed and anchored. Over and then up. Good. More here. Same thing with the hands behind the head, but now we're going to rotate the whole upper body, including the head, right to left. And then just knowing what your default is. Mine is leaning forward, so I lean back more than I think I should, just to keep the crown of the head directly over the tailbone in that straight vertical alignment. Always thinking about that. Always trying to think about that. Over here, and then relax the arms all the way down. Take your hands behind your back with the feet out nice and wide. We're going to alternate bending the knees right and left. So reaching the tailbone back, body weight sinking into the heels of the feet as we come down. And we're just doing a little hip opener here. Get some blood flow up to the upper back, pulling the elbows down to get that stretch from the ear to the shoulder. So pushing down, we're lengthening through the traps. If they're not tight, you may not be feeling this at all through the neck and shoulders, and that's a good thing. One more here. And then turn your toes out a little bit, hands on the knees, and roll the shoulder in, right and left. Just enough that you're feeling a stretch, pulling from the lower back on one side, all the way up across the middle back on the same side. And using those deep inhales. More each way, and roll your way all the way back up. Okay, we're going to get into this here. Please start a little bit light if you still need a little bit more of a warm-up. We're going to start with bench over row using this 8-kilogram kettlebell. To start, we're going to do 2 different moves. So key thing here is belly button is in tight, body weight is on that front leg. We're going to turn the palm of the hand facing back for 1 pull. So the elbow is out, the shoulder is down. We're really pulling from the scapula, from the upper back, squeezing the shoulder blade into the middle of the spine for that first pull. And for the second pull, turn the palm in, the elbow stays closer to the body. So we're going to alternate 1 pull up and then 1 pull back for 30 seconds. Enough talking, here we go. And once you get into a rhythm there, remind yourself to push both shoulders down towards your hips and to try and keep the hips square. Alternating that turn. So 1 pull that targets between the shoulder blades and 1 pull that targets the lats. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then inhale, come on up. So for our first set, the superset is the right side and then the left side. Okay, so get yourself into position to do the same thing on the other side. Really key thing here is that your back heel is unlocked so that you have some flexibility, some range of motion to get body weight forward on that front foot. Here we go. Shoulders down, chin in. One pull with the elbow wide. One pull with the elbow in. So as you pull, make your focus in the muscle in the upper back. So we're not really thinking about moving the dumbbell. We're actually thinking about squeezing the shoulder blade into the spine. And the position of the arm and the hand determines what part of the muscle is targeted there. 3, 2, 1. And then just a little break here before we go and do that again. Okay, our supersets today are going to be just 2 sets of each of the exercises. So here we go, back to the same side. Sorry, the first side. Taking your lunge. All right, let's really go for it this time. We know what's coming. Here we go, abs tight. Really important that we're not shrugging the shoulders on this one at all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, taking a short break just to come up, straighten out the spine, relax the whole upper body just for a moment, and then starting to move into position to do the other side in 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Big exhales on that pull. You want the extra stability through the diaphragm by exhaling hard. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up. We're moving on to a new exercise. Good news. You're going to need 2 dumbbells for this one, or 2 weights, whatever you're using. And we're going to be doing a fly. So the movement is upper body low to the floor. Hands will be together. And then squeezing the shoulder blades into the spine. So if you do a couple of those with no weight in your hand, just to really feel the movement in your upper back, feel the muscles there. And then we want to choose a weight that allows us to do that with the same form, only in a more challenging way. So starting here, 30 seconds, hinging at the hip, abs tight again, protecting that lower back. Make sure your back is completely flat. So not rounded at all. Flat back, tailbone back. Here we go. Good, last one. And taking a little break here with the dumbbells coming down. Woo, good job, starting to feel that. This is good. Okay, next up, we're gonna be in a lunge position with the weights a little bit lighter, so weight on that front foot. Good, back is flat again. Leading with the thumbs, we're gonna take the arms up and squeeze and down. Keeping the elbows straight changes how we're working the upper back. So I'm going to take these 5s. Are you ready to join me here? So leaning forward over the front leg. Good, keep the chin tucked in. Here we go. Three, 2, 1, and then switching back to your other weight. Okay, just remember which leg you had forward, because on the other side we will switch. Okay, here we go. Lift again, second set. 3, 2, 1. Okay, other foot goes forward. I had my left foot forward last time, so my right foot. Remember the change this time was just that the arms would be straight. And so bending that front knee, reaching out through the tailbone. Here we go. Heavy in that front heel and really squeezing the shoulder blades back. So keep an eye on the ribs. We're not lifting the ribs, we're just lifting the arms. We're not shrugging the shoulders, we're just lifting the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, are you feeling some heat in your back? All the muscles should be full of blood in the upper back there. This is good. Starting to have that standing tall feeling from all the muscles in the upper back, holding us nice and tall and strong. This is so important, this work, for preventing the shoulders from coming forward. I see this a lot where people are having pain in their shoulders because their posture has just had the joint sitting forward, just getting weak in the back from sitting that way and from not strength training. So here we are taking care of all of this and making a beautiful upper back at the same time. Okay, so we're moving on. Like trying to stall here. Okay, so we're moving on, holding that squat. But this time with the feet wide, you're gonna need 2 dumbbells that are gonna come straight up the middle, palms facing in. I'm gonna take my 10s for this. Holding a low squat, hinging forward, the back is flat, and alternate rowing with one arm up, and then simultaneously switch. The upper body's twisting, but not the hips. Ready? Here we go, 30 seconds. Making sure you're getting that good squeeze at the top, not rushing to come back down. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, that's good. Excellent. Okay, the next one is good mornings. So we're going to start with no weight and having the feet at hip width apart. So hinging forward at the waist, hands behind the head, little slight bend in the knees. Coming forward with a flat back, just until your upper body is parallel to the floor. Come all the way back up again. So it's inhale forward, good, exhale up. And then just really try to make that as muscular as possible. So focusing on pushing the hips forward at the top. And bracing a strong core. We're not going to do a full set of this. This is just kind of to go through the motions and feel that pillar strength through the core. Now we're going to do the same thing, but with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. So sometimes called swing squat or hip thrusters. All right, here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, woo! Okay. Do you remember where we just came from? So we're going to be wide legs and then pull. Okay. Second set. And we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Okay. Going back to that swing squat. A little space here. 3, 2, 1. Remember keeping those shoulders back. It's all through the hips, abs tight. Belly button pulls in nice and strong to that low back. Good, shoulders down to the hips. 10 seconds. Five. And taking a rest here. Okay, we're gonna come down to the floor to carry on with some of this back work. So, from the floor, and this way, lying on our front, of course, so we have the gravity going in the right direction here. Taking the arms at 90 degrees, so bending the elbows. We're gonna keep the 90-degree angle. Inhale, pull the belly button up off the floor. So we're engaging the abdominals, holding the head off the floor, but with the eyes down. And then squeezing the butt, so there's no change in the curve of that low back. Lift the arms off the floor as high as you can, but keep straight the wrist. So we're not lifting by, it's not about the wrist. We want actually the wrists and the elbows to stay level. You're squeezing higher and higher and higher up off the floor, but keeping the wrists. It's actually the wrist that we're lifting, not the knuckles. Get the wrists up a little higher than the shoulders down, a little closer to the hips. Make sure the wrists are as far away as the elbows, so not pulling them in towards the shoulders at all. Good, and then we're gonna straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. 5, 4, keep those elbows high. 3, no weights in the hand. 2, 1, hold the arms straight, turn your thumbs up. Bring the hands down till they almost touch the floor and then go up as high as you can, poke the ceiling. 10. 5, 4, 3, oh, feeling that. 2, hold at the top. Hold at the top, reach out through the knuckles. Pull your arms back as far as you can. Push down through the shoulders, lengthening out through the crown of your head. Come back to beside the shoulders. Back, behind the back. Inhale beside the shoulders. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, reaching out through the knuckles. 5, 4, keep your arms as long as you can, reaching the whole time, reaching right out of the shoulder blades. 3, 2, 1, and then bend the elbows back to the floor, press back to child's pose. We can stretch through the arms. Oh, that should feel like something. That should feel like something. If you don't have a deep awareness of where all those muscles in your upper back are from doing that one, then we'll have to do it again, which we are going to do actually right now. So coming down to the floor, and then taking the arms bent. And same thing. It's like a little glute squeeze, pushing your hips forward, lifting the belly button off the floor, and then float the arms up. Okay. So we don't want the elbows back here. Elbows are directly beside the shoulder joint. Wrists are exactly over the elbow joint. And then lift and squeeze. Holding here, good. Pushing the shoulders down the back. Holding and then extend and bend. Extend and bend. 8, 7, 6. Keep rolling the shoulders back. 5, 4. These are those small postural muscles We're waking them up. We're tuning them up. We're strengthening them. We're connecting them to the brain so the brain can say, hey, we've got more team members here. We can stand strong, tall, and have healthy shoulders, neck and shoulders for life. Holding here, turn the thumbs up, reach back, last 10, we're almost there. 9, 8, 7, punching out wide, take up all the space in the room. You want your knuckles dragging on the walls. 3, 2, 1, and then rest your head to the floor, turn one ear down and one ear up, gentle neck stretch. Turn your head the other way. Want to make sure these muscles are fully relaxed before we move on. So hands under the shoulders, coming up onto the hands and knees. Take your knees apart and then take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Tuck the right arm under the left and push back into a stretch that you're going to feel between the shoulder blades here. We're rounding back a little bit to push into that stretch. One more deep breath here. And then switch. Left arm first goes up to the ceiling on that rotation, then slides across the floor. If you can, try to rest your head to the ground. The other hand is just on the floor. We're going to gently push into the floor, rounding the upper back, taking a deep inhale, and opening up between the shoulder blades as much as we can. We were squeezing back there. Now we're lengthening. And then one more deep breath here. Okay, one final stretch. So for the lats, take your hands in front of you, like an extended child's pose, and lean into your left side until you have a really nice long stretch from the back of the left armpit all the way down into the middle of the left side by the ribs, and then lean into the right. And slowly make your way all the way back up again. Okay, there's our killer back workout. So, should feel lots of heat through the upper back through that one. And if it is a little bit extra tight, because this is what happens sometimes when we challenge muscles that don't get a lot of attention, is that they feel like they're going to go into a cramp. So that just means they've been activated. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but massage with your foam roller or do any heat on your upper back if that feels necessary. Same that you would with hamstrings or any other muscles that get a little extra attention and then feel really super activated afterwards. Thanks for joining me today. Let's do this again soon.